Hello, I'm Aaron Bauer, filling in for Editor-in-Chief Ed Hula. Welcome to 2 Minutes with Around the Rings. In Pyongyang, Thomas Bach has stayed true to his and the IOC's word, promising a visit to the DPRK National Olympic Committee. Bach arrived in the North Korean capital on March 29th for a 3-day trip. Normally, an IOC president paying visit to a far-flung National Olympic Committee would not be as newsworthy, but this trip was promised as part of the deal to solicit participation from the North Koreans at the Pyeongchang 2018 Olympics. At those games, the IOC, with the respective Korean NOCs and governments, agreed to allow 22 North Koreans to compete in the games, despite the country only having 2 athletes qualified for Pyeongchang on sporting merit. Bach in Pyongyang even met with North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un to discuss sport in the reclusive country. The Games paved the way for a flurry of dialogue between the North and South Korean governments, which will culminate in the 3rd ever Inter-Korean Summit at the end of April. The Olympics provided an appropriate venue for dialogue amid cooler tensions, and credit must be given to the 2 governments for seizing on that atmosphere. 4 years after a disastrous 2022 Olympic bid cycle, the IOC expects a plethora of cities to submit letters of intent to stay in the bid cycle for the 2026 Olympics. The IOC is expected to announce the full list of bidders on April 3rd, but cities from Canada, Switzerland, Sweden, Italy, Japan, and Austria have confirmed interest. A bid from Turkey is now confirmed as well. Thomas Bach has signaled that he and the IOC would like the 2026 Winter Olympics to return to a traditional winter sports host after heading to Sochi, Russia, Pyeongchang, South Korea, and Beijing, China. Media have seized on this narrative to mean Western Europe after 3 Olympic Games were awarded to Asia. However, the IOC has assured Sapporo, the Japanese city of interest, that is considered a traditional winter sports host. How many of these cities will stay through the revamped process is yet to be seen. Sion, the Swiss host city, faces a public referendum in June. There are rumblings in Canada Calgary could be subject to a similar vote. Austria's bid was quickly reworked after the people voted to reject an Innsbruck bid. Despite these 7 proposed bids, the idea of hosting the Games still does not seem popular with citizens around the world, even as the IOC pushes its new norm bidding process. Meanwhile, the United States remains the frontrunner for the 2030 Olympics, but could face a challenge from 1994 host Lillehammer. That's my 2 minutes for you this week. I'm Around the Rings correspondent Aaron Bauer. Have a wonderful holiday weekend, everyone.